Okay. Hopefully this is not on my headphones. Okay, good. Okay. It's a little high for my liking. Let's bring this down a little bit. A little bit. That's not really working with me today. Okay. There we go. Okay, so today's topic, we're going to talk about when to let go of things that conflict with your moral integrity. I wouldn't say necessarily moral integrity, but like the way of life. When do you do that? That being said, okay, that's better. Okay. That being said, I feel when things start to frustrate you, or it's repeatedly done, especially let's say like in a workplace setting or even within friendships, that is the best time to let go. Ultimately, your happiness is more important than anything else. And no one's going to create that for you but you. Oh, I see. What's this? All messages. Why does it do that? I don't know. Anywho. So things that question your moral integrity, or let's say your like way of life. Conflicting things such as, or that not such as, but that bring on emotions, let's say frustration, belittling, or I would even say like controversial talk. That, or political talk. Which one? Florida or California? Neither. Do I have to pick one? Hello everyone tuning in. Where are you from? Where are you from? Apples or oranges? Oranges. I don't have a bias on which one is better for California or Florida. Hello, I'm from Canada too. Hi. What do you guys do? Hey, Barry from Canada. Are you from Canada? Yeah, you're from Canada. What do you guys do? Hi. Can you tell me of a time where you chose yourself over, let's say, like a situation that made you feel uneasy? Giddy, eh? Always giddy. Hi. How do you say this? I don't know how you say that. Yo, I'm actually so not good with the acronyms though. That's a good one. I would agree with that one. That's uncomfortable. I don't know what this W, what or where to. Hello. Okay, can someone please tell me what WDYM means? I actually have to search this. I don't know what this means. Where's my other phone? Okay, I can't. I don't have my other phone with me. What do you mean? Okay. What did I ask again? I got you. I got you. You know what I can do, actually? I'll probably share this. Oh, no. I got you. So let's go into the wisdom of that, okay? So when we do things that we don't want to do, what are we doing? In a way, we're betraying ourselves. That being said, it also affects a certain part of your brain. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't right now, but it'll come to me. Just give me a second. And it grows. So people who are Olympic athletes, this part of their brain, when we do things that we don't want to do. What is it called again? I don't know. It's not even going to come. Okay. Regardless, how it affects your health is absolutely insane. It makes you age faster. And it takes away your overall happiness of what you experience in life. I believe this comes from the abandonment of self that we all go through, especially as children. Jesus, what's the deal with the nails? Oh. Well, you don't like them? I know they're different colors right now because I'm in between. Like, I just had to fix it really quick. But yeah. But thanks for noticing. I know. They're a little choppy. Yeah. That's what happens when you're busy. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The abandonment of self. You're more than likely to do this as a child and then as we get older. Well, you know, I could be a vampire. Who knows? I could be whatever I want to be. No, I promise I'm not a vampire. Actually, we're. But, thanks for the compliment, maybe? I can take it as a compliment. Thank you. Okay, so the abandonment of self. How this projects into your external and then your internal reality. And the way that it manifests will be through your perception of of your experiences. It's going to warp that. Can you tell me something that you one time perceived incorrectly and how you handled it? Or let's say if you're questioning something right now within your own reality, what is the scenario? And I'll give you an example of how that perception of reality gets worked. But I need examples. Examples, people! Okay, so tell me something like most recent. Give me an example of something that you got incorrect most recent. Or your most recent example of something you got incorrect. Something that I got incorrect lately would be the most recent. I don't want to say because it's political. Okay, fair enough. That's fair. That could still be a good example. However, very controversial. Fair enough. No, I don't mind controversial. I'm good with controversy. Go for it. Shoot your shot. I'm not political in general, so you're talking to a very unbiased person. Okay, so let's say a perception. My most recent one was regarding pricing. Hello. And the interpretation of being able to read between the lines of certain things. So, I first perceived this situation as being set up for failure. But then it wasn't about that at all. It was about me living and operating underneath a certain standard and going against my own, like something that I felt was not right. So I had to make a decision, whether that's for me or not for me. So the perception of reality is I could have perceived it like people are against me, or I could look at it as I'm against myself. Trump and okay. When you say Musk, are you saying I want to say Elon Musk? Is that who you're talking about? Yeah. Okay, actually, because I know absolutely nothing about politics, maybe it's not a good example. But hold on, let me see what I can pick up here. Okay. I need some more information. And what ways did you think that they were going to fix America? Like, what were they portraying to what information did they give out to create this belief? Sorry, I was reading a text message there. That's all. They were on the same page and now they are totally war of words. Okay. Like between each other or between like what they're doing, their actions, and what they've said? Okay. So this is the first case. So how does this come back to the betrayal stuff? So what they're doing is, I feel like it's a distraction. I feel like they're trying to create some kind of look over here while they're doing something over here. It's okay. You're good. I'm good with waiting. You're good. Because if I was going to say something out into the public and then not pull through on what I'm going to say, if they don't have any trauma and like they're known for always keeping their word, then that's an abnormal behavior. So I would be looking more at what's going on around them to be able to perceive reality correctly. So like getting things incorrect, how could you possibly get it right? When, like, I always try to remove myself from the hype and look through people's words. So what people say means very little to me. What people do means everything. That being said, to figure out what they're actually saying, you have to look at what they're doing around, like on the outside of the box. Is this, what do you mean, who's there? Is that, what do you mean, who's there? I don't understand. My brother's here. Okay. Because they're telling you the truth, don't get me wrong, but it's about reading in between the lines. Oh, you heard something. Yeah, it's just my brother walking around being his stompy self. He's visiting, actually. He's helping me with some plumbing stuff. Give me some more examples. How about, give me something like more on a personal level. Something that's not external to you. That still racks your brain. If you were like in the wrong or if you're correct. I'm at home. In Canada. Where are you? Oof. Ah, nice. I like I like Africa. It's very large. There's a fever tree out there that I'm very interested in. Okay, that's fair. Means you have good moral judgment. Actually, that really depends on what you define as wrong. And like, that's not what I was saying. What the question that I'm asking is, give me an example of something that you replay in your head where you question if your reaction was justified or not justified. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. Hey. That's the best part of living alone. You only got to worry about yourself. Your own mess, your own everything. I like living alone. How about the... I live alone, but stream online. Are you alone? I have my brother over right now, but yes, I live alone. How about last time you got mad? Or you gave someone the time of day by giving them a reaction? How about that? Yeah, it always does, hey? The things that we think about at night. Yeah. Okay, so like I also have a YouTube channel. I don't just stream. I've been doing streams on Fridays. If you check out my YouTube channel, I do talk a lot about bringing congruency between your external world and your internal world, and finding your balance and peace within that. Most people aren't worth the reaction. Hey, that's what I talk about, yeah. But that doesn't mean it doesn't cause inner turmoil. Because for my experiences, although I may not give someone a reaction, I experience very little. It took a long time to get to this point for inner turmoil wise. I told some guy off for his profanity. Swearing? Okay. Wait, hold on. Doesn't that make you a hypocrite? As long as you didn't swear. I mean, it's justified, right? Fair, okay, that's fair, that's fair. So you told him off in a constructive way? I would call not swearing a constructive way. Very well. That's good. That being said, do you ever question if you're being judgmental? Because before I say anything to anyone, I always try to make sure that I've never been there before. Or like if I've been there, then I can't pass judgment. You know? What is it? People when they swear if their family is proud of the way they talk to strangers. Well, some people use swearing as a crutch word, and that's not necessarily, that's their trauma coming through. That's their upbringing coming through. What they've seen growing up. And I don't feel that is the fault of the individual, but where the fault lies is the individual not expanding from their upbringing or rising above their upbringing. But I can't pass judgment on that either, you know what I mean? Like some people got it, some people don't. That's just my opinion though. Me too, I got you, trust me, I know. How did you overcome that hurdle though, your trauma? What did you use to position yourself of seeing yourself in a better way? Okay, so you know the rowdy bunch. You're around profanity all the time. Ooh, windy. So I believe in epigenetics. We are born with a baseline functioning that if we mentally allow ourselves to overcome, we will. We can, and we do. I have no reason to be the way that I am. My family is nothing, like I'm not like my family. That being said, I don't judge them. I love them for who they are. I do. I just don't join them. The term, if you can't beat them, join them? No, not for me. Hey, that's what I said. Like some people just got it, some people just don't, you know? That doesn't mean that I gotta hate them though, or I gotta judge them. I love everybody equally. Or I say trust is given, respect and credibility is earned, you know? My head hurts. I got a headache. A little bit. That's okay. Tylenol is right around the corner. So, my image of what family is supposed to be, I can create that. Therefore, I don't dwell on it. It is what it is, you know? That's okay. You can't be upset about things you can't change. I can see that. That being said, I guess I have an idealistic kind of mind of what any kind of friendship or any family, like friends can be family, 100% they can. But there's a certain set of ideals that I operate on, and very rarely do I have those kind of interactions or have one individual that can meet all of those. That being said, I have to learn to love imperfection. And that's okay. That's growth. That's humbling myself. I feel like we all go through those moments, no? And it's not so much pain. You know, I would more or less call it like I wouldn't say it. Like what comes to my mind is like disappointing. How about your family? Are you close with your family? Hello everyone tuning in. Where are you from? Just so I can be engaging, you know? Why not? Why not? Like, do you talk to any of your family? Sister, brother, siblings? Aunties, uncles? Papa? And then second reason, what was your determining factor to keep your distance? Maybe you need a unfortunately harsh example. Sure. Trust me, it's nothing I can't handle. It's nothing I haven't seen before, I'm sure. I want to braid my hair. So we can do it. My father almost drowned. Fair enough. And did you have any siblings? Was there substances involved? I'm not saying like you are 100% right in your decision. I'm not trying to discredit any of that. I was just curious. There's 5 siblings. Whew. Okay. So you as an individual, after an experience such as that, did you get taken away from your family? Okay, so did you go live with your mom? And how old were you? Okay, so did your dad did that at your mom's house? Sorry, I if I'm being intrusive, you can let me know. I'm honestly, like, I'm just curious. Yes. No, I had sex. Okay. So were you visiting your dad? Okay. Okay. So, putting myself in your shoes, I'm going to process all those different emotions. Okay. So, did anything ever happen to your siblings, like, when that event happened? And was your mom home when it happened? Siblings were older and our half sibling. Mom was home, but I was after. Okay. So, like, instantly what comes to my mind is abandonment. So, like, not only like, in a way you feel betrayed by your father because he just put you in an unsafe situation. In a way, you're gonna feel betrayed by your mom too because she allowed you to be at his house. The confusion that comes from that, and like, depending on how old you were, processing all that, and then after, like, trying to feel safe when you're not going to feel safe at home anymore. That's a lot. That's a lot, like, especially at a young age. Has she ever tried to apologize? I don't put anger toward my mom until she had died. Do you think that anger comes from never being able to express yourself, like, the anger that you felt while she was alive? Like, I'm not sure, like, what her situation was, if she was on any substances or anything like that, or did she get sick? And did she ever apologize? Okay. Like, lost them. So I'm taking it, like, what I intuitively kind of am picking up is your dad was abusive. They got divorced. She was in prison. Being meek, especially as a parent, and your child's in danger, doesn't, like, I personally as a child would be angry at her for that, because you need someone, you need a protector, you need a provider, and of course there's only so much that she can do, and you're still gonna have to process your own anger and, like, your own emotions, but being a strong mountain that is unmovable through those moments is vital to your sense of security as a child. So that would be a reason to be angry, or per se keep your distance, especially as you continue on in life. But I mean, she's passed, so. And I understand that. And like, I'm just saying, like, that doesn't, her height, her meekness, her gentleness, when you become a parent, like, you kind of have to, I think people underestimate their own ability of what they can provide a child. And although you might be afraid, I know what I'm capable of, and I'm small too. But I would never allow, like, I would continue to be a strong mountain, especially if I allowed my child at their father's house and something bad happened. I would do everything within my power to regain that trust and regain that security for my child in their life. And I wouldn't try to victimize myself. I would take accountability because my child deserves that. My child deserves to be angry at me. My child deserves to, in a way, feel like I betrayed them because I didn't have good judgment where I place them. You know, like, there's so much different emotions that you need to remain strong within. And like, yes, there's a lot of guilt that comes with that, but that's what being a parent is. Okay, fair enough. Faith can become toxic. Then, like, I refer to my faith a lot, but like, I'm not indoctrinated. Like, I have my own faith and like my own relationship of what my faith is built around. I didn't let a book tell me what my faith is, per se. And only time that I bring my faith into things is either to stay hopeful, to be provided for from the universe, like manifestation, and then also as well to remind myself to be humble by giving the glory to a creator. Her interpretation of Cath. Well, everyone is forgiven. No, I don't think everyone is forgiven. I don't. And I think that is projected into reality by their karma. You can tell if a person is forgiven by the experiences they have within their life. That's why you gotta keep your distance from people who are bad luck. I'm telling you. Or they have bad luck in general. They always find themselves in bad situations. Nope. Keep a distance. Not because you can get their karma, but because like they just bring a lot of drama. Word. Why is that song stuck in my head? That is the most like, no, Julia, no. Oh shit. Envious? Jealous? Sounds like someone. Oh, man. What did he poison you with? Yo, I've actually wondered about these kind of situations and if they happen. I don't know, man. It is a gift to be a parent, but like it depends on what you look at as a gift. Like, you know, like if I was a parent, even going through something like traumatic where I'm that strong mountain for them, me being able to withstand and uphold that strength while my child experiences their emotional processing and allowing them the freedom to do that and the space, holding the space for them to do that, that's a gift to me. That's what I perceive as a gift because I have that ability and I can give that to my child. Ooh, did you have to go to the hospital? Like, did they have to pump your stomach and stuff? Ooh. This. But like for what though? Is there like some kind of like life insurance policy or something that I don't understand? Like what did they get out of it? Like there has to be some kind of purpose it serves. I don't think jealousy and envy can run that deep. Does it? Yeah. Oof, that's gross. That's dark. That's super dark. So I don't really have a whole lot of friends. So like, honestly, I'm just by myself all the time. With myself, by myself, for myself. And I like it that way. But like I don't understand. Okay, like when I actually, like because I place myself in people's shoes, okay? When I'm actually trying to put myself in their seat, like what could they possibly want so badly? Like my life hasn't been great, you know? Like, and like for instance with you, like your life hasn't been sunshine and rainbows. So it's like, what do they actually envy? Because the amount of shit that we had to go through to get to this point today, if they really want it, I mean, like, by all means. It wasn't a good time. Like, I feel like they're envious of something they don't understand. So if they would seek understanding, they wouldn't be so envious. Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, that's just something that can be taught. Like, people can learn how to do that. Some people got it, some people don't, like I said. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. Okay, well, I live where I work, so I work 24 hours a day currently. And I gotta go close up shop right now. But it's been a lovely conversation with you. If you want to have more conversations, make sure you hit like and subscribe to my page. I go live every Friday. And I will see you next Friday. Okay, see you. Oh, how do I do that? There we go. Yeah, me too, humour too. I will see you next Friday though. Much love. Bye.